Yeah, man. 91.7 WVXU. Or you can stream us live on Radio Artifact. Ticket.com. All the time, man. We're coming back at you with, man, just more content, man. News you can use, man. We got a special guest in here all the way over there. We got my man Sorg in the house, man.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on with you, man?
Cool, I'm cool. Glad to be here.
I didn't even let you introduce yourself, man.
Oh, yeah. We're doing 2 a days today, so I'm thinking I already did.
Yeah.
Once again, we back. It's Vibe 1, peace and love. Shout out to Covington, Newport, Florence, Burlington, Erling, Ludlow, Bellevue, Campbell County, all surrounding areas in the northern Kentucky side, as well as, you can't forget, the Natty. Peace and love, we back once again.
Yeah, man. And we got a real special guest in here, man.
All the way from France.
Yeah, man. International show. International Nomtombout Radio, man. Hey, I'm proud of this, man. If it hadn't been for Napoleon, man, we wouldn't have got him in here, but he's actually a part of the Underworld Jazz Festival that's going on here. Kind of tell the people who you are.
Yeah, okay, I'm Sorg and I come from France. I'm a producer, beatmaker, musician first. I play guitar and I do a lot of stuff in music, but what I do with Napoleon is really beat making and producing. So I make the beats and we are a duet first. And so it's hip hop, but doing a lot of electronic stuff. And so it's not only hip hop and yeah, we try to put a lot of influences like jazz and soul and R&B and electronic music. So yeah, I'm kind of producer. And now I'm here for touring with my bro Napoleon that make that possible.
No doubt.
To make me come in Cincinnati again, because I came 2 years ago in 2017. We did a lot of show in US 2 years ago, and now we are doing the Underworld Jazz Festival. We are playing the duet Sorg and Napoleon Maddox, but we are playing also twice the first time on Friday, May 17 at the Woodward Theater. And yeah, it's a big multimedia show we are 8 on stage and it's a kind of
I can't wait to see that.
And Napoleon is telling the story of his grand aunt Millie Christine, and yeah, it's something to see.
Yeah, man.
When did you excuse me, my bad, but when did you link up, or how did you link up with Napoleon?
Okay, we linked at the end of 2012, because I was trying to find an American MC on my beats. I was releasing my second EP named 16 Diamonds, and so I contacted him because I knew his name. He was already touring in France with his band Is What. You know that band,
yeah,
sure.
Definitely.
And he's pretty famous in France, and the world jazz in France. He's something. He's someone. Sorry.
That's what's up. What's up.
He doesn't say that. I'm sure here, but yeah, he's someone in France, in Europe. So so I got it by the web, and I contacted him, and so he replied, and he was ready directly to make the track with me, and we made that track name Wild West. So that's the first track we produced together, and then when I released the EP early 2013, he was touring in France just after the release of the EP, and he came to my city named Besançon. My city is Besançon in France. He was playing with his Weds, so we met face to face for the first time there.
Wow. So
we played the track with his Weds together on stage, and he invited me on stage to play the track in a big venue in my city. And then we exchanged a lot, we discussed a lot, and one day he came back on the web saying, "Hey man, are you available in October in 2013 to make some shows?" And I said, "Yeah, what do you want to play?" He said, "You have some beats, I have some text, so we can do something." So we improvised. We met in another city in France, and we did the first show, and we did the second show and the third show, and then we said, okay, we make a project. That was the beginning.
Right. That's what's up.
Y'all here pushing the album Push.
Yeah.
Well, like, how did you even get into music, beat making?
How did I start?
Yeah.
You know, I grew up in my family. We are all musicians. My father is a guitarist. My brothers, I have two brothers. We are three guitarists, player, and we grew up more in the rock and the blues. So I listened to a lot of blues. I started the guitar at 8 years old, something like that. And when I was 16 years old, one day my older brother, I'm the youngest. My older brother came and said he was doing other style of music like techno and electro. And one day he said, "Hey, I will install you a software in your computer named Ableton." And he said, "One day you will do something with that." And I tried to understand first, because I was just a guitarist and I was maybe 16 or 17 years old. So I started alone on my side in my home to make some beats and listening to hip hop. I really started to listen to hip hop at 16 years old, and yeah, that was the beginning of all, because I really loved hip hop now, and I started to listen. EPMD, Gangstar. I remember I said to my brother, "Hey, I think I really like hip hop, but do you have some names of band to give me?" And I remember he sent me a list of a lot of band. There was EPMD, Gangstar, of course Wu-Tang Clan, all the classics, but also Eric B and Rakim and A Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul. So that was the beginning, and I really wanted to make beats. I was like, okay, I want to do that. So first, I wanted to make beats for a rapper, but it was hard to find the rappers and to really fit with them. So after some years, I had a lot of beats on my side, but I was not doing anything with that. So some people said, "Hey man, you should do your own stuff and just do instrumentals and play your stuff." So I started to say, "Okay, you're right." So I started to make, not to make beats, but make tracks, really, to try to find an energy and just not doing a with the melody or sample. And I started to make a lot of stuff with like several verses, several chorus, and to make change in the beats, to make something that it doesn't, there is no matter if there is no voice.
Right.
And so, because when you do a beat for a rapper, you just do the beat and a loop, and that's it. So I was like, I won't do that, and I started to make real tracks with a story, in the track. And yeah, that was the real beginning. And I then in my city we have a big crew of beat makers, and so all these people and me, they started to show me the way and how to make the tracks and how to play the tracks in live. And I started to really make my own solo project named Sorg. And yeah, that's the beginning.
So not being able to find somebody to rap on your tracks kind of helps you
What do you mean?
evolve. Not being able to find somebody to rap on your tracks, it helps you evolve.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's right.
Actually, I found some rapper, but they were like, "Oh yeah, your beats is so cool," and some weeks after, I was contacting them and saying, what did you do on my beats? You have something we can just move forward. And so I was too much waiting on them. So yeah, you're right. It makes me evolve. Yeah.
You talking about telling a story with your music, man? I found out that, like, man, all art forms is somehow telling a story.
Yeah,
if you're doing it right.
Exactly, because yeah, I really like hip hop and all the classic hip hop like De La Soul or Tribe Called Quest, or if you play just the instrumental, it's cool, but you see that they need voices on the track. So I was like, okay, if I'm alone, I need to tell something. And on stage, I'm like, I did some masterclass when I was, it was beginning of my real project, because I started to make beats in 2008, I would say, after my high school. And in 2011, I did a masterclass in my city with older people, and yeah, they show us all to make a track with a story, and also to play that track in live, and just to not just be playing, but move your body to show people that there is something. And so yeah, it was something, as you said, to tell a story and say something to show that there is an evolution in your track.
Right.
Y'all got beat battles over there?
What?
Do y'all have beat battles over in France?
Competition.
Like beat competitions?
Kind of, yeah. There are some in Paris, most of all. But you know, I never do that. I never did that. Yeah, we won't name it beat battles. We don't like in my city, in the crew we are a big crew. We don't really like the term battle.
Yeah.
It's like we have who do they name that? They name it remix flip. It's like I'm sorry. There is a kind of chief, and he came with a track of a beatmaker, whatever, if it's French or European or American, and he said, "Hey, listen to the track, to the group of the beatmaker," and he asked us who wants to make a remix, and he named the stuff remix flip. So
Okay.
each one of us, we do our own remix, and then we listen to all, and we do a real gig where everybody is playing his own remix,
Right.
and we listen to each other and we comment, and so it's not a battle, it's more an exchange, so we do it together, you know.
Right.
But we have kind of, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a better perspective to think about it in, instead of
Yeah.
like I'm about to take your head off
Yeah.
and collabing.
Yeah.
Kind of tell us about I was wondering about. I took French in high school, but I never been. What's the life like over there?
In France,
Yeah, what's it
what's the
like?
life in France? Phew, it's hard to say. What's the life here?
Or what's the dip? I know
What's
you
the
only been there
difference?
a couple of times, but what are some of the immediate differences you can tell between France and America
You mean in general
in
of
general?
life?
Yeah.
For sure, we have social right that I think it's a bit better than here because we have some help from the states to live, to pay our flat if you are poor. We can do studies almost for free, the college, university. So that kind of stuff is different. Then the life is the life. So we have social problems too. We have to fight for our rights too. But I think it's everywhere the same thing. But then the life is, I won't be able to say. Maybe Napoleon would be more able to say that because he went to France a lot. But then the food is not the same. The people is not the same. We have some problems too, but it's not the same problems. But I won't be able to really say what is the real difference. I think we live the same way. We want to be cool and meet people and live correctly and have rights to have freedom, you know. But yeah, for the music, it's different because in the music, really, France is something really special. Even in Europe, France is very special because we have some programs to help us as a musician to live and to be. We have some fundings helps. When you do a certain amount of gigs in a year, you can be helped to be paid for the rest of the year. You see what I mean?
I think
So
Napoleon mentioned that when he was
Yeah.
here before. Yeah.
that's
yeah.
something really special.
Yeah.
We are I think the only country in the world to have that. So it's really a help from we name that the culture department in France, and they help us to, if you are doing really a lot of gigs, that like us, we can get this help. So this is really something because in France you can live just from music when you are doing gigs. You see what I mean?
Is it for a certain genre of music or just music in general?
No. It's just a question of gigs. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And if you have been paid, you declare, and you have to do something like 45 gigs per year. And if you do that, you prove that you did that. Then they give you the help for the next year. And for example, the name is Intermittence du spectacle in France, and I am in that program for 4 years already. So you know that's a big deal because it makes us possible. It gives us the opportunity to have time to really produce and be in our projects.
Right.
So when we have that program, we don't have to work in another side to, you see what I mean?
Yeah. Nomtombout Radio, man. We in here with Sorg, straight from France.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We were just talking about being an entertainer over there and being able to get paid by the government to basically do shows, man. Go talk about that one more time.
Yeah, actually, it's not directly by the government, but it's a kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a kind of process to help musician and producer to live from with their music,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's a special rule that if you make enough gigs per year, you can benefit from this program. So it's something like 42, 43 shows per year. It depends on several stuff. But when you get those total this amount of show, you can apply and you just have to prove that you did those shows that you have been paid for,
Mm-hmm.
and then you enter the program, and so it's for 1 year, and you can review each year.
Okay.
So for example, I'm in the program for 4 years, and then it could be all your life. You just
Wow.
have to do your 42 show per year,
Right.
but then you can do more.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it's working is that when you do a show, you are paid by the venue or the promoter or your booker.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean? And when you don't do shows, you earn money by the state.
Gotcha.
You have like in function of what you did the last year, how much you have been paid. They calculate we say a ratio, an amount per day, and they give you that money each day.
It's like
So
a
in 1
stipend.
month, for example, if I do 6 shows, they will quit 1.5. So that means they will quit 9 days.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And if there is 30 days in the month, they will pay me 21 days. You see what I mean?
Gotcha.
And it's a
That's
big
hard.
help because then you arrive at the normal salaries.
Mm-hmm.
So it helps a lot because you can prepare your show. They consider that the fact that we do shows, we need to prepare it. And
Right.
we need time to produce, and we need time. It's a kind of help for the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Because in France we really we are really concerned by the culture. That means we want to have culture.
Right.
We want to give culture to our children.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean when I say culture?
Culture.
Yeah.
Arts, music, paints, dance, theater, cinema. It's an important thing in France,
Right.
really important. So we want to keep that. So it's a way to help musician, dancer too, they can be. Actor, they can be too. It's not only musician, it's all around
All arts.
shows and spectacle. We say spectacle.
Yeah.
So it's a big help because we have time to produce, to compose, to prepare a show, and just to live with our music. You see what I mean?
So you can live
So that's a big difference, yeah.
like a union, an artist union.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's hard. We need that here, man, because here you got cats with couple kids, maybe 2 jobs, trying to do a 3rd job. You still got to make your gig, and like man, art is a skilled trade. Like being a HVAC or being an electrician, it's a skilled trade where you put time into your craft and you get better with time by doing it. So that seemed like a big help. We need to, hey,
Yeah, but you know,
Trump,
Trump,
let's get it.
to get that program, the state has to be ready to put a lot of money because for sure they earn money because people come to the shows and they paid and there is a lot of taxes. So there is money that came in the government, but they have to spend a lot of money to support us.
Yeah.
So it's just a question of, are you ready? American people, are you ready, all of you, to that your taxes goes in that program?
Right.
We are ready in France because we want to have this culture. We want to be able to go at the cinema, to go at the theater, to go at the opera. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
To go to shows, to festivals. So that's the point. I don't
See,
know
I
if it's
thi-
clear or
I would say there's a lot of people in America, definitely artists that would love that, and definitely people with some type of influence. But America, the thing that I would say will hold America back, hopefully it'll be something eventually we could do, but there's a certain level of, I don't know how you would say it over there, but hierarchy to where they want to keep people in a certain level to where, because if you made it like that, then there would not be your superstar rapper here, your superstar actor here. Everybody would be on an equal playing level, even though we may not be receiving the same amount of money. You walk around with a certain sense of accomplishment and pride when you know you're living off of your art, living off of your talent. So we have to keep over here. They have to keep certain people feeling like they're less than, so that you can keep paying to support the people who are already
Exactly.
But now
out
with the
there.
internet, I mean, somebody can shoot up the Jay-Z status, at least like with likes and just getting like attention real quick, because everybody, the internet kind of leveled the playing field out. You got people like Yachty who come out of nowhere just off a viral sensation, and now he's a legit artist. Like, if we had that program here, it would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's really a question of mentality, because even in France there are some people that critiques that program, saying, "Hey man, the artists, they are not doing anything during several days and they have been paid with our money, with our taxes." Fortunately, there are few people saying that, so we have still the program. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's dangerous. It could be, if that mentality grows, is correct. It could be dangerous for us,
Right.
because that program could disappear if tomorrow. I don't know if you know Marine Le Pen. Marine Le Pen, she's a kind of French Trump in politics. If one day she comes at the head of the government, for sure we won't have that program anymore.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a question of mentality, and fortunately in France, we keep that mentality, and we still want to give culture to our kids. See what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't tell me how much you make, but how much can you earn up to a year? Like, you can make
A year? A year I won't be able to say, because we get money from the shows, from the States, and also from La SACEM is the equivalent of the BMI in France, and it works. I think it works better than the BMI. So what I can say is that per month, if you are in that program and you don't do any shows in 1 month, so they pay you 30 days, okay? The minimum will be 1,200 euros. So it's a kind of $1,400
$1,400
per month. And then if you do a lot of shows, when we do shows, we are paid more than the States is giving to us for 1 day. So you can go until $2,000, $3,000. Then it depends on you. But if you don't work, you get your helps. So it's the minimum is $1,400, something like that. But then if you don't do show during some months, you lost the program.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to keep working,
Yeah.
gigging. It's not so easy neither. I mean, a lot of people in France dreams about that, to say, I would like to be in that program, but it's not even so easy. It's a good thing. So it's a good thing when you start to really have some gigs and really work and really tour a lot. So that's a cool program. But in my city there are a lot of people that would like to have that program, but they can't. You see, so it's a good thing, but it's not so easy to have it.
Exactly.
It's not like, okay, I want to be a musician.
Everybody
And
was
they
about
say,
to buy a plane
welcome,
ticket.
welcome, we give you some money. No, it's not like that.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Hey, man, it was about to be on the Legion Airlines, man. Like, hey, let's all go over there, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, for lack of a better term, it's like rapper welfare. Almost.
Yeah.
That's
But I
wild.
realized the chance we have, because I can travel, I can go to US and yeah, it's a big chance.
Yeah, man. Because like over here, man, how many sick days you got left, or how many personal days you got left? You got to worry about all that type stuff.
And
man.
you were asking me what's the difference between France and US, and I said to you, of course, the rights that we have in France, it's really another story, because when we are sick, we have day off for that, paid. When we were speaking with Napoleon just before, when we can't pay the rent of our flat, we have some helps. We won't be in the street directly. It makes times, and first the states try to know what happened and what we can do to help you. You know, there is some laws to protect us. So we are not the best. We don't have all, and we are still fighting for our rights. But for sure, we are in advance on that.
Yeah.
That's hard, man.
Well, yeah, over here you out. You
Man.
don't pay that rent, boy. Well, you
will
gotta.
come home and they will come in there and they will put your stuff on the streets.
Yeah.
Right.
I know.
It's real out here, man.
I know.
That's interesting, man. Kind of explain a little bit more your role in this Underworld Jazz Festival too.
I don't have any role really. I'm invited by the festival to play my shows with Napoleon. So my role is I'm a musician doing shows in the festival, doing several shows. So since Napoleon knew I was coming, he decided to make all the shows because I played the duet, the classic duet Sorg and Napoleon Maddox, the one that you can't missed. Okay, I play Sorg solo. Is me playing solo. I played twice the first time. It's the one I was talking about before, with a mix of Iswat, Sorg, and Napoleon Maddox, and with Eddie Kwon, the violinist. So I played those 3 shows, and also a creation that we are rehearsing, doing rehearsal. It's a blues creation named UJF Soul Collaborative, and I play guitar in that creation. Napoleon is doing some voices, and we have a drummer, a bass player, another guitarist, and we are doing some covers of blues tracks, old blues tracks, or gospel or soul. So yeah, I came to play several shows. That's my role, I could say.
Your family probably proud of you.
What do you say?
Your family must be proud.
Oh, a lot. Yeah,
Really?
but yeah, really, I the first time I came 2 years ago, I didn't really realize, because in France I'm touring a lot, and I did a lot of really good stuff that I'm also really proud of that. So they know that's my life and it's cool. But when I came here 2 years ago and I realized that everybody was saying, "Hey man, you are in US, really?" And I was receiving a lot of message. Even now, I arrived on Tuesday, and since Tuesday, I'm receiving a lot of message from my friends saying, encouraging me, and saying that I have a big chance. And yeah, my mother and my father most of all, because he's a musician.
Yeah.
He's really proud of me. And when I started to do music, he was like, "What? Do you really want to do music?" And he was a kind of, he's musician, but in France it's not, as I said, it's just so easy to live by music. So he was a bit afraid, and I guess he took time to realize that I really did my stuff in France. But now he's like, he's following each gigs, and he's sending message, and he's like, "Hey, how was Detroit? How was this gig?" And so yeah, they're proud of me. My brothers too, because my brother, they are musicians too, but they don't live by their music. So I realized the chance I have, and yeah.
Yeah, they're probably living some of their dreams and aspirations through you, seeing you accomplish it.
Maybe I don't really know, but yeah, maybe in all case they write to me to know if it's cool and how is US, and but yeah, it's cool. It's really cool.
That's what's
I have chance, and I thanks to everybody to that, because I really thanks Napoleon to make me come here, and yeah, it's cool to meet you, all of you. You have a big team here. I really enjoy Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Good.
Appreciate you coming out, man.
Yeah.
We enjoy having you here, man. It's gotta be. It's different when your parents are proud of what you do through the music. Like it's a whole different vibe. Like
Yeah.
Cause I know me personally, man. I was from one of them houses where turn that music off, turn that rap off. Like, but I have had moments where my mom was proud of, and they give you a whole different boost of energy on your music, man.
Of course.
What do you? Go ahead.
You know, I was doing studies after my high school. I went to university, and I started to do my classes, and after 3 years, I graduated my license. We say license is before the master. But I realized that at that time, I was already doing a lot of stuff in music, and I realized that I wanted to do that. So I was like, okay, my parents were paying my studies and my flat and all of that because I was working, but it was not enough to pay my flat, my foods, and all of that. So it was hard to say that, but one day I came to my mother and I said, "Hey, mom, you know, I will probably stop the study this year because I have my license. That means I have something, but now I want to try. It's time to try." And she said, "Yeah, go ahead, go ahead." And she helped me. My father was not so cool, but I was already an adult, so I could decide. And I said, "You can stop giving money, and I will do my job." So I found a job in France first to have a half-time job with few money, and I built my thing alone. But my mother was really supporting me, so that's a thing. Yeah, of course.
So happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day.
It's not the Mother Day in France actually. It's in 2 weeks, but I sent a message this morning to my mother, say, "Hey mother, here it's the Mother Day, so happy Mother Day."
Right.
So hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
You hear me?
What you been eating since you've been here?
Eating?
Yeah.
What
What you like out here?
You know, I try to. So far, I didn't eat any burgers and any French fries.
Okay.
That was a bet to say, okay, just wait a bit to don't be each day eating just burger. So I ate some stuff. I'm staying at a friend's place, and I did some food at the place like pastas.
Pasta.
Yeah, quick stuff and easy stuff. What did we get? Yesterday night we went at a Thai food, a kind of Thai food. We had some noodles, soup noodles.
Yeah.
Really cool. I ate a good salad the first day, and we had the wraps, like cool wraps. Wraps? You say?
Wraps.
Yeah, wraps.
Yeah.
I tried to have some cool stuff too, because I remember 2 years ago, after 3 weeks, we were touring and doing a lot of stuff. When I came back to France, I was like, okay, I need vegetables and fruits right now.
Right.
You know what?
Right.
So I tried to eat correctly.
You definitely did gain weight when you come to America.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. You gotta at least get you some Grippos.
Yeah.
You gotta get you some La Rosa's pizza, man. You gotta at least taste a small bit.
But I have time. I still have 2 weeks, so
Yeah.
you can write me some
Yeah.
addresses, please.
Man, we're gonna have to go out, man. We all gonna have to go out, man, and get something to eat.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. If you come downtown sometime, we can hang out and take some food.
Yeah, and I'll be thanks to Napoleon, I'm hosting 19th and 20th, so I think that's at Motor, right? So yeah, man, we're gonna have to get something. I know they got food there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, getting to something.
But in all
different.
case, I want to try a burger. That's sure, but a really good burger. So if you know where is the best burger in Cincinnati, I
The
would
place
like that.
it's called the Gaslight Pub. I think it was right next door to Everybody's Records.
Oh yeah.
They actually had a sign in the window. They won like best burger joint in Cincinnati. So maybe we try there, man. It's a lot of good places, man.
It's promotion time.
You got Flip Daddies.
Napoleon,
Right.
you kept the
You got Flip
address.
Daddies right across the bridge too. They
Yeah.
specialize in
Yeah,
burgers.
Cool.
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
man. We're gonna have
Good
to
to
do
know.
something.
Good to know.
What's the rap scene like over there? Like who's hot
In US or in France?
in France?
You know, I'm a bit disappointed this time for few years in France because the rap is not going in the direction I would like it to go. So, I mean, it's okay, they do the stuff, but yeah, it's really commercial stuff. You say commercial, mainstream, and using a lot of vocoder, auto-tune. So I'm not in. I listen a lot of music, a lot of different style like blues, jazz, rock, of course. I like rock, and I'm still playing rock with some bands in France. And of course I listen to hip hop, but a lot of electronic music. So I'm more in beat makers than in hip hop, because in France, yeah, we have good hip hop, but it's more old school hip hop. But I could say, yeah, Gaël Faye. Gaël Faye is a French rapper that we know. It's pretty well known in France. I mean, he's famous. He's famous because he's also a writer, and he wrote a book And yeah, we did a track with him named "Activate Yourself," and yeah, he's a good one. And Mark Namour also, pretty much indie rapper, but he's a good one. I love him, really, I love him. He's one of my favorite French rappers at that time, named Mark Namour. His band is named La Canaille, and he's really a conscient.
Mm-hmm.
How do you say conscious? Conscient?
Conscious rapper.
Conscient
yeah.
rapper.
Mm-hmm.
His texts you have to be French to understand, of course, but his texts are crazy. I think Napoleon can agree with me because yeah, this guy is someone, really someone. I hope he can go higher with the time. And yeah, I'm still learning in hip hop, in US hip hop, even if it's old school, new school. I'm still trying to. I love the last I listened. I love the Blitz the Ambassador. You know, US one. He's American, huh? No?
He's from Ghana.
He's from Ghana. Okay.
Oh.
Blitz the ambassador. Yeah.
Blitz the Ambassador. Okay, I'm gonna have to check him out.
Yeah, really. Wow. Yeah, you will like it.
Mm-hmm.
I will show you.
All right, man. We're gonna check some of that out, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting, man. I still want to go to France one time, man. Get a real baguette.
A real baguette.
A real baguette.
You know, when I left France, I was like, I said to my girlfriend, you know, I will miss you for sure, but I will miss cheese and bread, because cheese and bread is the life in France.
Yeah.
So
You know,
that's like what a lot of y'all food is centered around: cheese and bread.
yeah. No. You mean what do we eat?
Yeah.
No, we eat a lot of stuff, but when we eat, when we cook, we do something after to eat at the end of the lunch or the dinner, is before the dessert.
Mm-hmm.
We have some cheese with bread and wine.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
like a tradition.
Vin, how you say it?
Vin rouge.
Vin
Rouge.
rouge.
Ou vin jaune ou vin blanc.
Jambon and fromage.
Jambon
And
fromage. Yeah.
Hey, I mean, hey.
And if you take a baguette and you put some jambon fromage, you have a Parisien. Is the name of the sandwich. Parisien.
Okay, Parisian.
Yeah.
Hey,
The Parisien is the traditional baguette jambon fromage.
That's crazy. I'm starting to remember little words from French class. You got some?
I have no French, but I have
You had
no
Spanish?
French. No Spanish. I mean, like when when the Foley was here, like the last time, he said something about menage.
This guy.
I caught the menage.
So-
That's the only thing I caught of what he said. What was he saying that
He
day?
was talking about how some lady at the show
Oh.
said she was born in triplets and she's only
Right.
And he said something about menage because it was 3 of them.
Yeah.
And
Menage.
No, I don't know. I don't know what it.
She was trying to.
Je suis né dans Tripoli, mais maintenant, I think you heard maintenant,
Okay.
which is right now.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
It's a part of your mind. It's still being
he was on the
converted.
dirty side of the game, man. Y'all,
So, you know.
y'all must have like real clean cheese and bread, because over here it clog us up, man.
Yeah.
Does
How,
You gonna ask him that question? Is it hard when you to go to the restroom after so much cheese and bread?
Where?
When you have to release,
Does it clog you up?
when you use the restroom,
A lot of
when you use the-
shots.
What do you mean? Attends, can I big box, you said?
No, can you be
Pot
blocked?
of poop.
Après beaucoup de manger de fromage, c'est possible pour
Be
casser-
blocked.
casser-
Seriously? We have that discussion now? Right now? Right now? Seriously? Okay. No? No, because you have to drink wine. If you drink wine, it's okay.
Okay.
How young you start drinking wine over there? Like, how old do you have to be?
Legally.
It's not a question of drinking, it's buying.
Mm-hmm.
To buy is 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think there is no law saying that you cannot drink before, but morally,
Mm-hmm.
it's, I would say, 16.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Some people start before.
Wow.
But yeah, I remember my grandfather when I was
Same.
12 or 10 years old. He was saying, "Hey, I will put something in your water, just a little bit." And I had my water, my glass of water, and he was just putting a bit of wine, saying, "You see." And after, the water won't be there. With the years, I mean, with the years.
Right.
That's kind of how it is over here at a cookout. Your uncle will sneak you a little bit of his beer. Over here, you like 8 years old.
Oh yeah.
Man, it's bad, man. I'm gonna stop ratting on people's uncles. Man, we definitely appreciate you coming through, man.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for hosting me.
Yeah,
Direct
man.
live in the radio. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Tell people how they can keep in touch with you.
Okay. You mean in the network on internet or
internet.
right now? You want my phone number?
No.
No. Don't give out your phone number. Give out like a
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook.
My Instagram is Sorg Music. So it's the same for Facebook. So SORG MUSIC. Sorg Music on Instagram, Sorg Music on Twitter, Sorg Music on Facebook. And then we have a special page for Sorg and Napoleon Maddox on Facebook. And I guess that's all. And yeah, on YouTube it's Sorg Music too. Yeah, it's Sorg Music everywhere.
Yeah, we was just in here. Make sure y'all check out Push, which is the project they got out together.
Yeah,
We
it's
were
my
just
last EP, Push.
Okay.
It's my last EP that I released in 2017, and yeah, it's
You can really hear like the I don't want to call it the influence, but like I think maybe subconscious influence. Like your beats real vibey. They
Yeah.
flow. It almost remind me like RZA.
no, yeah.
Some of the beats, the way the drums hit and everything like that.
You know, I all the drums, all everything, it's handmade. I play with my pad, so I put some kicks, some snare, some hi-hat, and I play live with my hands. And my rule is to keep, when I record, I don't use the grid. I never put a kick on the grid. I never put a snare on the grid. So I put record and I play live. So sometimes I just replace one stick or one snare because I did a mistake. But I try to just keep the human groove on the record. That's the reason why a lot of people say or recognize the way that you do. It's a kind of groove, human groove, and so I try to really don't use the grid. Don't use often the grid.
You use Ableton. What else you working on?
I use Ableton, and for live I use Ableton with the AK MPD. You see what is that with the 16 pads?
Yeah.
So that's for live, but at home, at my home studio, I use the AK MPD a lot to do the beats and to do some other stuff, and to do my samples too. But then I use more and more synthesizers, real analog synthesizers. Before it was complicated because I didn't have, and it's pretty expensive.
Right.
But now I'm getting, I use a Moog Sub 37, and I use Roland Boutique. Roland, you know the brand? Roland?
Rolling.
Oh,
Roland.
okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
Roland. I have two Roland Boutique. It's small synthesizers that they remake the old synthesizer of Roland, like the Juno 106 and the Jupiter 08.
Right.
So I got this one, and I got also a Micron Alesis. And I got also.
If Kanye West found out you got that, he'll uppercut you and take that. You got an
No.
Alesis?
And I'm able to buy a Prophet from Dave Smith Instruments. DSI it's like the beast of the synthesizers, polyphonic synthesizer. And yeah, I have some Korgs. So I use a lot of synthesizer to make a lot of not only melody, but a lot of how do you say that? I don't know in English, but anyway, texture, all kind of texture. And I use also real instruments like my guitar, bass, or shakers or percussions. So I try to use a lot of things.
So, man, you know who you need to see while you're here? You need to go to this guy named CJ the Cynic's basement. I feel like he a tech guy. He got every piece of boards,
It's a shop?
MPCs. Nah, but he could make. He
Oh.
could
He's
have
a
a
good
shop.
friend of ours, and Boogie Bang knows him, and
The Cynic.
everybody knows
CJ the Cynic.
CJ the Cynic. You
Yeah,
you,
man.
you keep Napoleon. You
Yeah.
take the name. Yeah.
You gotta meet him. You gotta go in his basement, man. He one of them tech guys. You'll get lost in all his gear. I think you would like his setup. Shout out to CJ, man.
Cool.
I want my MPC back.
You
CJ.
ain't getting it back, man. You never getting the MPC back. If CJ got it, it's over.
It's over with.
It's all bad. That was another question I had for you.
He gave out his Instagram and everything, right? Yeah, he did
Yeah.
that.
You ever make beats like live or
Like
record
what?
yourself making beats on your like Instagram or Facebook?
You mean if I post some beats?
Have you made them
Like creating?
while live on
no,
Instagram?
no. You know, I'm thinking about that. I never do that, and it's a good question. I should do it. Yeah.
Especially with the platform y'all own, the right person see you with that Moog board, you end up getting a sponsorship from Moog or something like that. Where it's just like, we're gonna send you equipment, just make beats on it on the video. And that's the way it's all working these days. Y'all got such a big platform.
That's a good idea. Yeah, good
Yeah.
idea. I should try it. But it's a long time that I'm thinking about that. But I don't want to do something just to show people that I am doing beats. I want it to be attractive and creative, and so I'm just reflecting on the way to do it, the good way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a good question because I'm really reflecting about that to show how do I work, what is my process,
Mm-hmm.
because each producer have his own process. So yeah, I think I will do so. I hope the next years you will see some stuff on my Instagram.
Yeah, I definitely love to see
Yeah.
that. How hard is it being an international performer, producer, and being in a relationship? I heard you talking about your girlfriend. How hard is that?
How old is the way I'm?
Is it difficult with being in a relationship, doing your music
And
Ah.
traveling?
and traveling?
How old is? Yeah, that's something. It's hard. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard. But it's I was with another girlfriend before, and I stayed 8 years with her, and it's a part of the reason that we broke. It's a part of that because I was always on the road and traveling, not even in France, but in Italy, in US or in Switzerland, and it's a bit hard to keep connect with your real world, because my real world is not here. My real world is in Besançon in France with my friends, with my family.
Mm-hmm.
So I really work on that to have time free when I come back home.
Mhm.
For example, I never spend. It's a long time that I don't do music or produce during the night, the evening. No, when I'm in France, in my home, I work because of that program too. That helps me to make music. I work from 9 to 6 in the afternoon, and then I stop
Mm-hmm.
to be free in the night with my girlfriend, my family, my friends. It's a kind of rules that I took for years because then if you don't stop, you never stop.
Right.
And I know that it's a part of our job because it's hard to make music and to live by your music. So you have to work.
Yeah.
But since I have this chance in France to have this program, so I want to have a real life too. I don't want to be always on the road, and when I'm not on the road, I'm always on my computer or producing. No, that's not possible.
Right.
So it's hard, but I think right now I have the good balance. It's cool. My girlfriend is a bit younger than me, and she's really cool with that, and she's really proud of me, and she supports a lot. When she can, she follow me on gigs in France. So I hope one day she will come in US with me. But yeah, it's something
To work on.
Yeah.
You with like working on music, how do you, when you do stop at 6 o'clock at night, how do you decompress? How do you chill out? Do you video game, wine, cheese? What you do?
No video games. I'm not video games. It could be smoke weeds a little.
Hey.
Yeah. To just be cool,
Mellow out.
relax.
Mhm.
Yeah, smoke some weeds and what I like is to leave my flat and go in the street with my friends. So we hang out sometimes, and I cook.
Mm.
The fact to cook is, even in the day when I try to do a break at the lunch between 12, you don't say 12, between noon and 1 p.m. And the fact to cook is you are in your kitchen and you don't think about other things. So cooking and resting too sometimes, watch a movie, but what I like is really see people, my friends, and other. In my city, it's not a big city, and it's really smaller than Cincinnati. But we are a big team of beat makers and producers, and we see each other a lot. So yeah, we spend time, and I go often in concert to see lives or other my friends. We are really a big team of musicians. So when one of them is playing, is gigging, we go there to support. So yeah.
That's
The
good.
Burger Quiz.
But yeah, Burger Quiz is a TV show. He really loved that TV show. He liked that.
Burger
When he arrived in
Quiz.
France, he say, "What day is Burger Quiz?
Damn.
We are on gig that day. Oh, we have to record the TV show, bro."
What is it about?
About burger and quiz. No, it's a old. Actually, it's not so old, but it's just a funny game between humorists and or famous actor in France. So each week they invite different humorists, and it's just bullshit like question. The goal is just to laugh and say bullshit. So they have some question. There is some games between. There is two teams, the ketchup team and the mayo team. Mayo, you say mayonnaise?
Mayo, yes.
So, and there is the first game is the nuggets game. Nuggets is fried chicken for you.
Chicken nuggets.
And then there is several games, and they fight, and it's just really it's really cool, really nice, and
That's all that's on TV anymore is reality shows.
yeah.
What's one of your favorite shows to watch though?
I think it's that one because I don't really watch a lot of shows. Sometimes I put the TV, but I don't even watch it. It's just to decompress, relax. But yeah, I would say that I like to watch Burger Quiz, that one, and we have a one named Quotidien because each day it's a kind of Jimmy Fallon show, but the French one. It's not like Jimmy Fallon, but it's kind of, and I like that one. But then I just watch movies or series. Netflix or
I just had one last question. I read something on Facebook the other day. It said, "You're not depressed. You're uninspired. Artists, we need to be inspired to create. So, like, what inspires you?"
what inspires me is to travel and the nature for sure. If it's a long time that I didn't go traveling, just traveling for myself, not traveling for music, because I grew up with my parents and we were traveling often, like each summer going to Italy, Spain, Portugal, Greece, and I grew up like that to visit other countries, other cities. I visited almost each capital in Europe. So I like that. I like to learn about history and other language, other foods, other way to live. I need that, and I think it's one of the best things because I realized that when I go to travel in a country with my girlfriend or with my friends, when I come back directly the first day, I do a beat in one day. Really, it's something like that often. So I need to I need to break.
Yeah.
I need to break. Is the fact to break, you work better after. It's a concept. Not it's. I mean, it should be the same for everybody. Is that the way we should have to stop to work at 6 o'clock and don't have 2 works in the life? Because when you stop, you come back better after to work. And it's the same way to be creative.
You got to give yourself time to live life,
Yeah.
so you can have more experiences
You know,
to put back into the
exactly.
music.
some people, I have been like that too. Like you have to make beats, and you are in front of your computer like that. And you say,
Right.
okay, what I do, I don't have any ideas. And
Right.
even if you start a beat and you have a good start, but then you don't know where to go, how to continue. So I've been a lot of time like that, and I realized just the fact to say, okay, I felt that, you close your computer, you stop for the day, and you come back later, and you are better.
Yeah.
Because it started turning into work.
It's what?
Once it turned into work, it's not fun no more. It's like, I
Exactly.
gotta do this.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna let you get up out of here. I had one last question. I think we gotta talk more, man, because we like he real similar.
More stuff will keep popping up.
Yeah, man. I just think that the mentality is similar.
Cool.
I really am anxious and excited to see you perform.
Cool.
Yeah, I love the
Anxious?
yeah.
Like you are stressed?
No, not anxious. Excited to see you
Yeah,
perform.
okay.
Yeah.
The anxious in France would be a kind of stress, so that.
Right.
Cool.
Right.
I can't wait to play in Cincinnati again with Napoleon,
And y'all-
especially at the motor. For me, it's
I love
something-
y'all album.
Yeah,
That Sharkman is my joint.
You know,
Yeah, we
That
was just
bass
bumping.
line and that swing.
Thank you.
Hey, yeah,
Thank
we
you.
was just bumping in here, man. Make sure y'all check out.
Can't wait. May 25 at Motor. We
Mhm.
played the Sorg and Napoleon Maddox duet, and that's one of my favorite shows because I play Sorg solo, I play Twice the First Time, and I play some rock bands in France.
Mhm.
But the way we are doing things with my bro Napoleon is like, yeah, it's easy.
Mhm.
It's just we almost never rehearsal. Yeah, right.
It's fun.
We know he knows his text, I know my beats, and then it's like that. We do it on stage, and
The
it's
rehearsal was mainly during the creation of the piece.
yeah.
When we create it, and then we get it ready for the stage, and then by the time each show is like another rehearsal that's like
Yeah,
locked in.
exactly.
That's hard.
Last year we did a pretty big tour after the release of Checking Us in France. We had something like 20 or 25 gigs in March and April, and I remember the first gig we did it in a city named Le Mans. It was pretty good, but it was the first, and we had some new tracks to play, so it was like, okay, I knew that it would be okay, but it was a bit like a test. And the second day was better, and the third day it was okay, and then it was like that. Each day was like easy to do. It's like I'm not stressed at all with that. And for example, with Twice the First Time, that we are playing Twice the First Time on May 17 at the Woodward Theater, it's another story because there is a story. We are a lot of stage, and we are not just taking fun. It's different. We have to follow each other to know where we are. And but when we had both Napoleon and I, yeah, we fit cool together, and we know really, really well each other. So it's really natural. You see what I mean?
Right.
Make sure y'all go out there and check it out, man. He here for 2 weeks, man, so you should be able to see him at some point. Where you want to end up? End of the day.
Today?
Where do you want to take your talent to?
What do you mean? Excuse me.
When you look back on your career and your music, where do you see yourself going as far as
After?
success wise?
After that, you mean in the future? Or
Yeah. Like what are you working your way towards? Would you say?
2 words?
How do I say it?
I'm not
Like,
sure.
and-
What goals do you want to achieve with your music?
Where do I want to go?
With your music,
Yeah.
To the universe.
Right?
Hey, can't fight with that, man.
No
We
doubt.
all going to the universe, man.
No doubt.
That's a private joke between Napoleon and I, but yeah, to the universe. I think you said. It's okay for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that
Some
worked.
things like it's Buzz Lightyear or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So they translated that when he says to infinity
And beyond, to the
he goes,
universe.
à l'univers. C'est ça?
Yeah, exactly. So it's we say always with Napoleon, we say to the universe.
I'm gonna
It's
start
like
saying that.
where we will go where we can go.
Right.
We will walk to go until where we can. The maximum, as far as we can. Yeah. Aussi loin qu'on peut.
Yeah, man. Well, you hearing it here, man. Right here on the Nomtombout Radio Show, man. Have my guy Sorg come through, man. Drop your social media one more time.
Yeah, so you can find me on Facebook, on Twitter, and of course Instagram with the same name is Sorg Music, SORGMUSIC, and yeah, aerobas. You say at Sorg Music, and also on YouTube. On YouTube it's Sorg Music too, and you can find a lot of video clip and all my songs on Spotify, on Deezer, iTunes. On SoundCloud, and we have some band camps. You can order some vinyls and CDs and all of that. You will follow me if you search me. You will find me if you search me.
Right.
Sorry.
So it's no different from France to the U.S., man. The platforms are the same. Check him on Deezer, check him on Spotify. We about to get up out of here. We definitely appreciate you coming through.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to the Underworld Jazz Festival, man. Shout out to Napoleon.
Yeah.
And if y'all don't see me in 2 weeks, it's because I'm tucked nicely inside one of Sorg's bags and I'm headed back to France. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Tell them where they can find you at, Vibe.
Mr. Vibe1, VIBEONE on Instagram, Vibe1, VIBE-ONE on Facebook, and Vibe1 on Twitter. E.S.A.E.ENT@gmail.com for production, mixing, mastering, or booking me for a show, because I love doing those. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, and man, my name is Six. Go ahead.
And just to say that I forgot, in the Underworld Jazz Festival, I play my solo set at the Comet on May 27th. Yeah.
Okay. And it's like how many venues is it?
It's about doing stuff at about 6 or 7 different venues.
6 or 7. Man, come out, especially if you're in Cincinnati. If you're somewhere in the Midwest area or in the tri-state area, make sure you come out. My name is Six. I've been your host today. Nomtombout Radio. If you want to catch me, you can catch me on Instagram, Blaze6513. That's BLAZESIX513. Man, we in here having fun, good music, great times. Check us out. Nomtombout Radio. Also make sure you check us out on Instagram. Nomtombout _radio, NOMTOMBOUT _radio. Until next time, goodbye.
I'm talking you with me. You looking like my destiny. Stay. Ooh, girl, wanna love you. So much you wanna show you. So much I can teach you. Really wanna reach you, wanna reciprocate, won't feed you. Give you all I got to give. Let's do it like our parents did. Ooh, girl, wanna love you. Girl, you know I won't touch you. I always gonna love you.